Hello and welcome back to Sakura Spirit. In the last episode, Takahiro got down with a cold, possibly a fever after sparring with the town's guard in the rain. He spent most of the days in and out of bed in the mansion where the Fox Girls lives in the forest. After a caring session, in quotation marks, by the elder of the Fox Girls, Machiko, Meiko, the younger spirit, took her turn to show her cooking skills by making waffles for Takahiro in the morning, wearing nothing but a pair of underwear and a baking apron, gifted to her by, you guessed it, Suyuri. Takahiro then eventually made his way into the forest to get some peace. And let's continue from there. As I continued into the woods, making a beeline past the trees, I descended into a less traversed part of the forest. I hoped I would be able to hide myself long enough for Machiko to calm down. However, it wasn't long before a familiar voice reached my ears, causing me to come to a grinding halt. "You seem to be in a hurry, Takahiro." I spun around on the spot and saw the one person I had least expected. With her tail swaying eagerly behind her, the spirit of the shrine seemed to have decided to grace me with her presence. Or rather, you look as though you've been chased by a demon. That's awfully ironic coming from you. Well, I do looking out for lost little children in my forest. Teasing aside, you seem to be enjoying yourself. You could say that there is a certain charm to this place and the people that live here. I can't help but to think that the reason is something more specific. I guess you're the one responsible for Miko-chan's silly behavior these past few days. Perhaps, but there is a reason behind this. Does it involve getting a wedding sash? Hardly. That's too simple a goal. There's a much greater problem that requires your attention. It seems like your ticket back home shall be arriving quite soon. How fortunate. Just in time for your little game of violence. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying I'll be able to return soon? That is correct. Soon you will be gone and I will finally be free to play with my dear Machitan again. Free from her strange fascination with you. What about this problem you mentioned? You'll figure that out soon enough, but I'll give you a hint, boy. This is a problem only you can solve. No one from this world will have the solution. For a moment the spirit's gaze shifted sideways, clearly in the middle of a thought, before she returned to look at me quite happily. In any case, this is all you're going to get out of me. Don't disappoint me now, Takahiro. It is usually considered unwise to do so. And with those words, the spirit stepped backwards, seemingly fading away into the scenery as though she had been a simple illusion all along. Her comments worried me a little, and if there was going to be some sort of problem, I felt it would be best to inform the girls. But who would I end up warning? Oh, well, we shall make a save point here then. Yeah, let's just make it here. My regular save point. And then we shall actually make another one. Then we can take each route. I don't think that it matters all that much in terms of the story, but it might give us some CG screens at the end of this. Well, let's get back to it. Yeah, let's just go for the first option first. Duh. Maybe I should head back to the mansion and talk with the sisters. In the end, I decided it was best to return to the mansion. Surely Machiko would have calmed down enough by now. I did feel a bit guilty about leaving Meiko to deal with her all by herself. I walked back towards the mansion, and to my surprise I saw Machiko sitting outside on the steps. I vaguely considered turning around at this point, but she saw me and gestured for me to approach. "Take a seat, Takakun. I need to talk to you." I swallowed again, walking up the steps and taking a seat beside her. We sat in silence for a few minutes until she cleared her throat. "I love my sister, Takakun, dearly. However, recently I found myself resenting her for the time she gets to spend with you. I do not know how to deal with this. I find myself in one unfair situation after another." "Oh." "I spoke with Meiko earlier. We have come to an agreement. We will both wait. We both trust you, Takahiro. We are both going to wait until you fulfill your promise to return before we try to win you. There will be no more flirting from me and no more silly antics from Meiko. I'm sorry to have dragged you into this family feud, but I fear it could not be helped. There's no need to be worried, to be sorry, Machiko-chan. Son, as your friend, I kind of hope you'll talk to me if something like that bothers you. But I'm happy you were able to bury the hatchet. But I hope you will come prepared. This battle will be intense upon your return. Meiko says she would like to apologize to you. I believe she is in her room right now. I'll make sure to prepare myself for the greatest battle ever fought, but for now I'll go and find Meiko-chan. I dashed past Machiko, who nodded as I walked past, lounging back on the deck in the early morning sun. I climbed the stairs to the mansion, looking around at what appeared to be the aftermath of their discussion. I thanked whatever angel was watching over me that I hadn't returned to witness or experience it. Meiko-chan, I'm coming in. Machiko-san said you wanted to talk.
No, wait!
Yeah. By the time I heard her cry, it was too late. Through the open door, I saw her skirt halfway up her hips. Her hands clasped around her chest. Meiko let out a shriek. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were changing.
Get out!
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. I was cut off as I tried to leave, bumping into something rather warm and soft. The obstacle in question I grasped as I toppled backwards into the room. Meiko, and after our talk no less, honestly, I can't trust you to keep decent at all these days, can I?
Wait, One-sama, I didn't try anything this time, I promise, I swear. I didn't plan this, I was just trying to get changed. Takani's the one who burst in before I had a chance to cover myself up.
It was an accident. I didn't even know if Meiko was in here. I was trying to find her. Honestly, you two, you do not think I have forgotten about what happened earlier. You two are definitely up to something.
One-sama, I swear.
She's right. This is just a big mistake. Fine, I believe you. Meiko, you are my sister and I love and trust you. Takahiro, you're a pervert who loves peeking on girls. Well, he's the part of... he's a male protagonist in a Sakura novel, so really, when you think about it, he doesn't really have much of a choice. You should always knock and then wait before entering a room. What if it had been the Tsundere tyrant? Your head would quickly have left your shoulders behind. I'm terrified of how spot on your statement would have been. In any case, I wanted to let you two know that I don't mind attending the festival with you. That is, if you want to accompany a peeking pervert like me. I added the last bit with a bit of dramatic sob, acting as if I had been hurt by the comments. A scolded puppy could learn a thing or two from the pitiful expression I wore just then.
Oh, I could wear that new nice frilly thing that Su-chan gave me. You know, the one she said she wanted you to see you in. But when you saw it, you turned white as a sheet. I think you kind of fainted. Su-chan gave it to me when you were out cold and told me to keep it just in case.
Giggling to herself, she ran to her closet, searching through piles of clothes in search of the dress. I slapped a hand over my eyes, turning my head away as she rummaged through her room in a half-naked state. Meiko, change first, then consider your wardrobe. I do, however, have one small request. Do not wear anything that fiend has given to you.
Oh, no fair. Su-chan gives me such pretty skirts and tops. She's really generous. You should wear some of it sometime. Oh, One-sama, does that include these panties?
No, keep those on. You are completely hopeless. Takahiro, thank you very much for the invitation. We will both graciously accept. I think it's best for me to wait outside, Machiko-san. I think you better help your sister out with her choice of wardrobe. The villagers saw her in certain outfits. I found myself wondering what would happen if Meiko actually did end up going to the festival wearing nothing but an apron and her panties. But eventually I let the thought go. The girls asked me to meet them at the outskirts of the village. After a short wait, they both arrived wearing their usual clothes. I had to admit I was a little disappointed. I had hoped to see them in something a little fancier. This would be the first time we have interacted with the village as a whole. I figured it would be a good idea to make a positive first impression, rather than an odd one. I'm sure you will be fine. This past week has really helped the villagers realize not all spirits are troublemakers.
One-sama, look, it's so pretty, all those lights.
It was amazing to see the village like this. The villagers had really gone all out, making the whole place glow, the light flickering candles dancing in the evening breeze. It is beautiful. Thank you for giving us this chance, Takakun. Without your help, I doubt we would have been allowed anywhere near the village on this night. It actually reminds me of the festivals back in my world, so in a way I'm able to show you a bit of my world tonight. I smiled, feeling pretty happy as I thought about my own city. Despite the difference in time and world, I could easily see the similarities between this festival and the ones we held back home. People would visit from all over, and the city would be filled with all kinds of decorations. It actually made me feel a bit homesick.
Takani, is something wrong?
Oh, no, it's nothing. I was just thinking about my world, but let's do something fun. Look over there. That's a pretty fun game. I bet I'll be able to beat you in it any day. Do you want me to explain the rules, fair maidens in my company? We would love to play with you, Takakun. Please tell us how. The three of us quickly made our way over to the stall in question, which had a large wooden container placed in front of it. Filled with water, tiny goldfish could be seen eagerly swimming back and forth. Okay, the rules are pretty simple. You'll be given a small bowl and a little paper net. You have to use the net to scoop the fish out of the water. But the net is really fragile, so it'll break if you aren't careful. The one who captures the most is the winner. Oh, and you're usually allowed to take one home. If you catch any, that is.
I want some of my fishies!
Yes, you can keep one, Mako-chan. I would love to watch you play Takakun, but I feel that this is not a game for me. Here, Elder-sama was kind enough to give a small amount of money for my work here this past week. Enjoy yourselves. May the best fisher win.
I'm going to catch a fishy!
I couldn't help but grin at Mako's change of demeanor. When she was told that she would be allowed to keep a fish if she caught one, the girl's excitement got the best of her. After several vigorous scoops, the little scoop tore apart, ending Mako's game without a single fish caught. The dejected expression on the girl's face made me feel sorry for her, and instead I moved behind her, putting my own net into her hand while I rested my hand on top of her own. Let's do this together, Mako-chan. Just follow my hands. It's a game that requires you to be patient. First you need to get the whole thing wet. If it's only partially wet, it'll rip in no time. Let it float in the water. Don't let it struggle against it. Now keep it at an angle and wait. When a fish gets close, scoop it up from the head and try to avoid the tail. It sometimes causes the net to break. Then you just slip it into the bowl. I showed her the best way to scoop and move back, watching her focus intently on the water. She didn't move a muscle for well over a minute, until suddenly her arm twitched and she made a little squeak. There was a small splash and the faint sound of ripping paper.
Yes, I did it! I got one! Thank you so much, Takani. I caught a goldfish.
Great job. You'll have a goldfish to keep at the mansion. Take good care of it. The stall owner bagged the fish for Mako in a special water-filled bag. I gently patted the girl's head as we walked back to Machiko. The older girl seemed to be interested in some masks that resembled different kinds of demons back in my world, making me wonder what she was thinking about.
Oni-sama, I got a fishy. Isn't it cute?
Oh, well done, little one. It's absolutely adorable. Takakun, I am curious about these masks. You want one? I have some money myself from the time I helped out the guards, so I am actually more curious about their purpose. The stall owner seemed to evade the question when I asked him. Well, in my world they are said to ward off evil spirits. Maybe it's the same here? Well, then I would most certainly like one. If nothing else, it would go a long way to prove that I'm most certainly not an evil spirit. I think they already know that. There's no way two pretty girls like you could be evil spirits. Yeah, totally not. I would still like a mask, though, for reasons. Alright, so I want to wear one. I got a little jealous of that Mako got to do something fun. Do you want me to pick one for you? The girl nodded her head, pouting a little as she pretended not to care, even though I knew she wanted me to do it. Well, if you insist. With a grin, I eagerly started looking through the row of masks, trying to find one that would suit her. There were cute ones, intimidating ones, and downright weird ones I had never seen before. In the end, I picked one of the cute masks. I wasn't sure what type of demon it was supposed to depict, but it would have to do. How about this one, Machiko-san? Isn't it cute? As I showed her the mask, it kind of resembled the face of some kind of feline creature. The thought of Machiko putting it on, her fox ears poking out from over the top of the mask, had me on the verge of having a laughing fit. It's... very nice. Thank you, Takakun. I will treasure it forever. Put it on. Shows you're not an evil spirit. Okay. I may need a little assistance getting it over my ears. No, it looks perfect like that. It combines the charms of a fox spirit and the feline grace of a... well, whatever that is. I let a snicker slip before the sound of hasty footsteps suddenly reached my ears. Takahiro-kun, there's trouble. Turning towards the sound of the voices, saw the village elder rushing towards us, seemingly in a panic. Then I finally noticed it. The festival had become eerily quiet. The spirit that attacked us the other day is back, and she brought her companions along with her. What? Oni-sama... Wait, are you saying they're here? At the festival? Yes! They all seem agitated about something. Sakura, what has she done now? You have to hurry. Tsukino-dono and Narumi-chan are about to fight them. You must help them. I need more time to prepare a spell. Oni-sama, I don't know if I can do it. Do not worry, Meiko-chan. I'm sure we will think of something. Meiko-chan, I have an idea, but I'm going to need your help. Let's just get there. Where are they, Elder-sama? Near the bonfire at the village plaza. Nodding my head in confirmation, the three of us set off in the direction of the plaza, hoping we would arrive in time. It wasn't long before we reached the village plaza. As luck would have it, we arrived just as the two other girls got there. In the center, the bonfire had been put out, and climbing upon the support beams were four strange shapes. I recognized one of them as the slime girl, Sakura, but the other three were unrecognizable. What's going on? Did you come to ruin the festival? You're the meanie pants from before. So he's the human who made Machiko-san and Meiko-chan betray us. It's their own fault. That's right. These wicked humans didn't invite us to their party. That was really mean of them. We did not betray anyone. The ones causing trouble are you four. We're simply trying to get along with the humans to work together. All you ever do is cause trouble. You were not invited because you could not be trusted. You have ruined our bonfire, terrorized our people, and upset the proceedings. All because you felt you had been snubbed. All because of your own actions. You have no one to blame for this but yourselves. It's the monkey girl with the sharp stick. Look who's talking. It's the slime girl with the stupid face. That could have been better, but I applaud your effort, Miyu-chan. Nice work. Meiko-chan, do you remember the spells we found the other day? The ones in your book? I think so. The ones like I did before. It worries me that I know exactly what that girl is referring to. Do you think you know both of them? I know it's difficult, but I believe in you. I know you can do it. Yeah, go, Meiko-chan! Do you really think I would fall for the same trick? Sisters, we should show them why we are undefeated. As the sisters started towards us, Meiko unleashed her first spell. The glowing light billowed up from her hands and shot forwards. The spell struck the yellow girl head on, but seemed to have no effect. As they got closer, Sakura shifted to the front, and the twin blades of Narumi and Miyu struck, slicing through her body without any effort. I managed to duck as a large ball of pink slime shot past me. As soon as I was back on my feet, I barged into one of the other slime girls. Surprisingly enough, she turned out to have quite a lot of mass. Magic can't hurt Suki, and physical attacks can't hurt me. We are completely undefeatable. Surrender your village to us, and we might just let you all keep living here, as our toys. This is bad. Not yet. Meiko, use your other spell. Now. The girl nodded and began to cast her spell, stepping in front of Machiko, who seemed to be preparing something of her own, staff in hand. I found it a bit strange. I didn't recall seeing any staff lying around, and she usually did not carry anything with her, but for whatever reason, she had access to it now. But it won't work, it'll just... Trust me, Meiko-chan, I wouldn't ask you to do something like this if I wasn't sure it would work. Sakura kept the two female guards busy. The other two slime girls began taunting us, throwing discarded fruit in our direction. Oh, that was more of a attack yell. Ha! I leapt towards the yellow slime girl, slamming into her. I didn't see a yellow one, at full speed and managed to knock her over. The girl let out a surprised yelp and watched in horror as Mako's spell soared past her, hitting Sakura in the back. A high-pitched scream escaped from the pink slime girl.
That hurts!
How did you
do that, Takahiro?
Yeah, how did you push her over? Our blades won't even make a scratch. Remember what she said? She's the only one immune to physical attacks. The others can be hit and cut just fine. And that's absolutely perfect for what I have here. A special present from the guardian of the shrine herself. Takakun, Narutan, Miyu-san, hold them tight. Working as one, we nodded and charged toward the remaining slime girls. Mako had Sakura in the grasp of her spell, and the pink girl could barely move thanks to her power. The slime girls had clearly not been expecting us to fight back, and with barely any resistance, we soon had each girl restrained. I hope you girls aren't claustrophobic. It's going to get a little tight. One by one, Machiko brought each slime girl a glass jaw, and one by one she opened them, pressing them to the girl's stomach. The jar started to pull of them, slowly draining them inside the container, trapping what appeared to be tiny versions of each girl's within each jar. Machiko quickly pushed the lids back onto each jar, displaying them proudly to the cheers of the nearby villagers. Thank goodness you're around, Machiko-san, and you, Mako-chan. You have our gratitude. No! My sisters, what have you done to them? Why are you so intent on ruining all our fun? Sakura, take a moment to look around you. Look at the destruction, the damage. How could this possibly be fun? Terrorizing people, scaring them, or destroying what they have worked hard for. How would you feel if they came to your home, stole your food, and wrecked the place? I never really thought about it like that. We just wanted to play with the humans like you do. As Mako collapsed, the spell seemed to disperse. Thankfully, I had been anticipating this and caught her arm in my arms with ease. The three of us looked to Sakura, who was slowly getting to her feet. And you and your sisters can play with us. We just ask that you're careful. Mako and I have proved that humans and spirits can coexist. But what about my sisters? They will be fine. These jars contain a temporary holding dimension, so you already designed them to hold things far larger than your sisters. Sakura, if you are truly repentant, then I, as head of the village guard, will authorize your release. However, before I need you to swear an oath. Do you swear that you and your sisters will not cause problems in the village, and that you will work towards helping us and protect us? In return, we are prepared to offer you access to our supplies and services. She's basically saying that you're welcome in the village as long as you and your sisters behave. Yes, I swear, we will be good, so please, release my sisters. I promise we will all be good. Ooh. Oh, I just missed the best part. How did it go, Machi-chan? Are my jam bottles filled? Hearing the voice of a certain playful spirit, the group turned around and found Suyori seated nearby, swaying her legs back and forth as she looked at the crowd. I cannot tell whether you're joking or not, but I'm afraid I cannot allow you to keep them. They are honorary citizens of this village and therefore under my protection. How fascinating to think that the huffy, uptight Miyu-tan would defend those troublemakers. You do realize you're talking to the guardian deity of your village, do you not? Don't forget about me. I'm not just going to sit by and let you do as you please. The girls of this village have grown into quite the brave little ladies. You must be proud, Hayakun. A soft cough came from behind the group of people as the village elder revealed himself, a smile on his lips. It seems they have handled the matter just fine, Suyori-sama. Machi-tan, you need to pull the lid off the jar to release them. However, make sure you hold on to that staff I gave you. It is your only means of channeling the necessary magic. Not everyone can be a prodigy like Mako-chan. The older fox spirit nodded. With the help of Narumi, they began to free the captured slime girls. While the work continued, Suyori eventually made her way towards me, a frown upon her face. I left out an important detail, Takahiro-kun. A gateway to your world has been opened and will be closing again within a matter of minutes. If you wish to return to your world, you must leave now. But there is no time for farewells, Takahiro. Leave now without your farewells or remain here in this village. Hey, where did Takakun run off to? And Suyori? I do not know. Perhaps they have things to discuss in private.
Or maybe he's gone to win me another prize.
Oh, went to get some food? I'm still a bit peckish. Recalling the promise I had made, I turned my back to the girls that had gathered around the released slime girls and followed Sayuri as she picked her way through the streets and into the woods. It was unfortunate that I didn't get to say my farewells, but I had a goal to accomplish. It is a hard decision to make, however I doubt that this is the last we hear from you, Takahiro. The spirit smiled, her hand pressed against my shoulder, a light shove pushing me backwards. What was that for? Interrupted by sudden dizziness, the last thing I heard was the spirit amused whisper. Good luck, you're going to need it. Before I had the chance to reply, I felt my body getting heavy. My vision blurred, and soon I was consumed entirely by darkness.
2 months later.
With a sigh, I wandered along the familiar path leading to the shrine I subconsciously come to call Suyuri's shrine. 2 months had passed since the fated judo tournament. It turned out to be an amazing experience. Thanks to Narumi and Mio's training, I had been able to make my way to the finals and ended up becoming the champion. But not everything went as planned. Even though I was kind of embarrassed by it all, I declined the proposal for me to start playing on an international level. When I announced that the reason I declined was because of a girl, it quickly made headlines all over the country. Rising judo star ends career for the sake of true love. Many silly things ended up being written about me, but it didn't matter. I declined their offer because of the promise I had made to Meiko, that I would return once I had finished my business in this world. But perhaps I had been too naive, thinking it would be as easy as that. I had been visiting the shrine every day for 2 months, praying and calling out for Sayuri, but none were ever answered. Knowing her, she's probably laughing her rear off at me standing here shouting like this. I smiled a bit as I looked around the area, recalling how familiar it looked to the place where I had visited with the fox spirits. Speaking of which, although nothing remained of the village, it turned out that there may have been a connection between it and the city in my world. Many generations ago, when the city was still a small town, a group of malicious fiends attacked the village but were later driven out. Sometime afterwards, they named this city Tsukino Toshi. A city named after a certain Sundra? It couldn't be a mere coincidence, could it? Well, guess I'll visit again tomorrow.
Akani?
Huh? Through the rustling of the trees, I thought I heard a voice. The moment I turned around to look, a circle of unfamiliar symbols formed at my feet. Wait, what happened to the old methods? Before I had a chance to figure out what was going on, the circle lit up, and I felt the ground below me disappear. It felt as though I was falling through a tunnel of sorts, a dark, never-ending tunnel that went on for what felt like several minutes, until suddenly a light came into view and... Watch out! Before I knew it, I found myself dropping out of the air right in front of 2 girls standing below me, causing the 3 of us to topple onto the grass with a loud thud. I heard grumbling from the 2 I had landed on and opened my eyes.
Ow, that really hurt.
See, this is what happens when you try to cast magic beyond your own capabilities. Meiko-chan, you need to give up on this. This hunt of yours is going to be the death of you.
I'm not gonna give up. Takani made a promise. I made a promise. We would keep trying to find a way to get back to one another, so I'm never, ever, ever going to stop.
I couldn't believe it. I was so stunned by this turn of events that I lost all ability to speak. Machiko, Meiko, it was them. Here arguing with one another. It was too good to be true. You're a fool, Meiko. Even Mio-san has given up on the hunt. You know what Sayuri said. Something like that can only happen when the world itself needs it to. It takes more than just one person to do what you're trying to accomplish.
Tsuchan's only saying that because she's mean and lazy. She's lying. You're all lying. I can't get it back. I will. We made a promise.
Meiko, I miss him too. I do. He left a hole in all of our hearts, which you will just need to let time heal. I'm sorry that you have to go through all this, but you must believe me, it will get better in time. It's kind of cruel to talk about me like I died, you know. Takakun!
Takani, it worked! I knew it would work. It worked, it worked, it worked. Ha ha ha!
Takakun, it's so good to see you again. I'm so happy to... The girl mumbled incoherently as she began sobbing. Meiko had been sobbing since the first she saw me. I smiled despite still being rather sore from the impact and patted both of their heads gently. Did you really miss me that much?
Yes!
Your disappearance was a cause of so much concern, so Yuri told us you had to leave, and, well, we understand why you did. Did you win your tournament? Of course I did. Thanks to you, I was able to become the champion. I think it fell down here, Miu-chan. I think I see Chi-chan. Hey, Chi-chan! Is everything alright over there? Machiko opened her mouth to return the call, but Meiko beat her to it.
He's back!
What? No kidding, where is he? There came a loud clambering and rustling from the shrubs nearby, and the sound of two girls pushing through the bushes at speed. The two girls rushed into the clearing, gasping loudly. Oh, wow, you really are back. Idiot, how could you just leave us without even saying goodbye? Miu, he did not have a choice, he had to... I know that, but Dad just never got to say goodbye. Is that all? Ah, jeez, you're such a tsundere. Well, at least... I'm not... I don't even care. Takahiro is back. It's great to see you again, Takahiro-kun. I bet you're a champion now, right? Ready for a fight? And so it went on. The girls chatted on and on, taking turns in hugging me with promises of never letting go. I was just happy to be back. As the conversation turned towards the time spent in my own world, I couldn't help but notice the presence of yet another spirit. Standing a few feet from the rest of the group, Suyuri stood, watching us with a gentle smile upon her lips. I guess I won this bet. I wasn't sure if she was talking to someone in particular, but for a moment I could see her gaze drifting toward me, and the words that left her lips seemingly carried a lot more importance than simple words. It seems like you aren't done with your grand adventure just yet, Takahiro. I look forward to seeing how you plan to amuse me this time. What do you mean? You will see, dear boy. You will see. So, yes, I will, in the next episode, as we are getting through the credits here, I'll just let them roll while talking, which is actually good because then I won't risk copyright strikes. If there was an outro music, there probably is. In the next... Yeah, there is music there. So in the next episode, which I presume will be the last episode of Sakura Spirit, we shall go back to the only choice that was... Oh. Every great story has a humble beginning. Although Gushuken Takahiro's story has come to an end, it is only the prologue of what has yet to come. We hope to see you again next time. So, yeah, oh, there we go. So that actually sounds like what they're essentially saying with that is they're saying that we are not going to make a Sakura Spirit 2. Like, it's a closed story, it's finished, it's done. Which is also, for better or for worse, I think it's fairly decent. I will speak more about it in the next episode, which will be the last, because then we'll go back to the choice that was made, and I think we can actually go in and see in the gallery right now. Yeah, so we are missing one thing, which will be... we're missing 3 things in total, and these will be available to us once we have looked through the other choice, the other solution, if you want. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, until next time, take care.